When we think of oatmeal, many of us picture a warm, comforting bowl that starts the day right. For decades it has been praised as one of the healthiest breakfasts a person can eat. But as a wise saying goes, even the best medicine, taken the wrong way, can become a poison. The truth is, not all oatmeal is created equal, and not every way of eating it supports the health and strength we wish to maintain as we grow older. I want you to imagine a senior who eats oatmeal faithfully every morning, believing it is the secret to good health. Yet over time, he notices that instead of feeling more energetic, he feels sluggish by mid-morning. His knees ache, his blood sugar creeps up, and the scale shows more weight than before. Confused, he wonders, how could something so healthy be causing me harm? The answer lies in the way oatmeal is chosen and prepared. Many seniors unknowingly fall into traps that turn a healthy bowl into a hidden health risk. One of the most common mistakes is relying on instant oatmeal packets. These may be convenient, but they are often filled with added sugars, artificial flavors, and preservatives that spike blood sugar and rob you of steady energy. Think of it like painting over a cracked wall. It looks good on the surface, but underneath, the problem only grows. When we speak of oatmeal, we must first speak of choice. For the shelves in our markets are lined with many types: instant, quick cooking, rolled, and steel cut. They all look similar, but they do not behave the same way within the body. Here lies the first mistake that many make without even realizing it: choosing the wrong type. Instant oatmeal may appear convenient, ready in just a minute, promising a quick solution to hunger, but often convenience hides a silent cost. Many instant oats are stripped of their natural fibers, coated with flavorings and sweetened with refined sugar. They offer quick energy, but that energy burns like dry straw bright and fast, leaving behind only ash and emptiness. There was once a man who believed he was eating wisely every morning. He told me proudly that he never missed his oatmeal, always choosing the flavored instant packets because they tasted good and required no effort. Yet, over the months, his visits to the doctor became more frequent. His blood sugar rose, his waistline thickened, and his knees complained when he climbed the stairs. The very breakfast he trusted had betrayed him, though in truth it was not the oats that failed him, but the hidden sugars and the lack of substance behind them. This is why the elders say, the path you walk matters more than the shoes you wear. Choosing the right path with oatmeal means selecting forms closest to nature: steel-cut oats or whole-rolled oats. These are slow to digest, rich in fiber, and kind to your blood sugar. They may take a little more time to prepare, but patience here becomes a form of self-respect. Cooking them slowly, letting the grains swell and soften, is like giving your body a gentle gift each morning. And as the aroma rises, you are reminded that true nourishment is never rushed. The second mistake flows naturally from the first: eating oatmeal alone without balance. It is true that oats contain fiber, and fiber is a friend to the body. But let us not forget that oats are also primarily carbohydrates. Imagine a fire built only from paper. It ignites quickly, giving warmth for a moment, but then fades, leaving you cold again. This is what happens when oatmeal is eaten alone. Your blood sugar rises sharply, giving you quick energy, and then falls, leaving you tired, hungry, and searching for more food before the morning has even passed. I recall the story of an elderly, a woman who came to a wellness retreat with a complaint that puzzled her. She said, "I eat a bowl of oatmeal every morning, yet I find myself dizzy and hungry by mid-morning. I thought oatmeal was supposed to help me." When I asked how she had prepared it, she replied, "Just plain oats and a spoonful of sugar." Her body was crying not for more oats, but for balance. So I guided her to add a handful of walnuts, a few chia seeds, and a spoonful of Greek yogurt. Within a week, her mornings felt lighter, her hunger faded, and her energy returned. She looked at me with surprise and said, "It wasn't the oatmeal, it was what was missing from it." This is the essence of balance. Oats bring the foundation, but they need companions. Nuts, seeds, or a little yogurt provide protein and healthy fat, which slow the digestion of the oats, preventing the sharp spikes and drops in blood sugar. Berries bring natural sweetness and antioxidants, supporting both the body and the mind. Even a sprinkle of cinnamon can help steady the blood sugar while adding warmth to the flavor. The bowl transforms from a fleeting source of energy to a sustaining meal that carries you through the morning with strength. Don't think of a symphony. A single instrument may sound pleasant, but when the violins join with the cellos and the flutes dance with the drums, the music becomes rich and full. So it is with your oatmeal. Alone, it may play a simple tune, but joined with the right foods, it becomes a harmony of nourishment, protecting your health, supporting your energy, and keeping your legs steady beneath you as you go about your day. Balance is not only for the body but also for the spirit. When we eat with balance, we honor the body's wisdom. We show patience in our choices and gratitude for the foods that give us life. As one ancient proverb says, the body is the guest house of the spirit. Feed it well and it will welcome you each morning. So as you lift your spoon tomorrow, remember these first two lessons. Do not let the ease of convenience blind you to the hidden costs. Choose oats that are whole and nourishing. And do not leave your oatmeal alone. Invite into your bowl the foods that bring strength and steadiness. For in this way, your breakfast becomes not just a meal, but a quiet act of care for the body that carries you each day. Picture a man in his 70s, who rises each morning with good intentions. He fills his bowl generously, perhaps 2 or 3 servings, believing he is nourishing himself with one of the healthiest breakfasts available. Yet, as the weeks pass, he notices his trousers growing tight, his energy fading after the first hours of the day, and his weight slowly creeping upward. He wonders how this could be, when his breakfast is made of oats, the food so often praised for heart health and long life. The answer lies not in the oats themselves, but in the portion. Oats, while healthy, are rich in carbohydrates. In modest amounts, they provide a steady source of fuel, but in large portions they overwhelm the body. The excess is converted into sugar and then stored as fat, weighing down the very body they were meant to strengthen. This is why the elders remind us, the right measure is the secret to health. It is not the food alone, but the amount that shapes our well-being. I once met a woman who told me she ate oatmeal every morning but never felt light or comfortable after. When I asked her to show me her bowl, I saw that it was filled nearly to the brim, topped with large scoops of dried fruit and sweeteners. I gently suggested she try a smaller portion, adding some nuts and fresh berries instead. Within a month, she reported not only feeling lighter but also discovering that a smaller bowl left her more energized throughout the day. She smiled and said, "I thought I needed more to be satisfied, but I found that less, done right, gave me more." Portion then is the quiet guardian of health. A cup of cooked oats is often enough, especially when it is accompanied by protein and healthy fat. More than that can become a burden the body must carry. Think of it like filling a backpack before a long walk. Carrying a few essentials keeps you prepared, but loading it with unnecessary weight will only slow your steps and strain your back. So it is with the portion you place in your bowl. Now let us speak of toppings, for they are the companions that either uplift your oatmeal or silently undo its benefits. Many seniors believe that oats must be sweetened to be enjoyed, and so they turn to brown sugar, honey, syrups, or flavored creamers. Others rely on packaged dried fruits or jams, unaware that these are often laced with concentrated sugars. What begins as a wholesome meal is transformed into something not far from dessert. The blood sugar rises quickly, joints may feel heavy, and energy fades soon after. Consider a man I once guided who added 2 spoonfuls of honey and a handful of raisins to his oats each morning. He believed he was eating a simple and natural meal, yet he struggled with fatigue, and his doctor warned him about rising blood sugar. I asked him to imagine replacing the honey with slices of fresh apple and the raisins with a few blueberries. He agreed, and within weeks his energy became steady, his cravings decreased, and his health markers improved. He told me, "I never knew small changes could make such a difference. The body thrives when sweetness comes from nature itself." Fresh fruits like blueberries, apples, or pears not only bring flavor but also offer vitamins, antioxidants, and fiber that protect the heart, the brain, and the strength of the legs that carry you through life. A sprinkle of nuts adds crunch, healthy fat, and protein, keeping you satisfied for longer. Even a touch of cinnamon or nutmeg can bring warmth and sweetness without the burden of sugar. An old proverb says, "The wise do not seek more tastes, they seek more nourishment." When you choose your toppings with care, you transform your oatmeal from a bowl of empty sweetness into a meal that supports every step of your day. It is also worth remembering that what we add to our food does more than feed the body. It shapes the spirit. A bowl of oats with fresh berries and walnuts speaks of patience, gratitude, and respect for health. A bowl drowned in sugar and syrups speaks of haste and neglect. Each morning we choose not just what to eat, but what the message to send to ourselves about how much we value the life we have been given. I recall meeting an elderly couple who began their mornings together with oatmeal. At first, they ate it with butter and brown sugar, saying it reminded them of their youth. But when the husband faced rising blood pressure and the wife began struggling with fatigue, they decided to change. Together, they began topping their oats with fresh fruit and flax seeds, keeping the portions small but rich in variety. They told me later that not only did their health improve, but they also felt closer as they shared the ritual of preparing a nourishing meal each morning. The bowl of oats became a symbol of care, not only for themselves but for each other. So let us hold these 2 lessons close. Do not burden your body with portions that are larger than it needs, and do not weigh down a healthy meal with toppings that steal its value. Choose instead the measure that strengthens you and the companions that uplift you. For, in the small choices of each morning, we shape the strength of our days and the vitality of our years. My friends, oatmeal can indeed be a wonderful ally for health, but it must be prepared with awareness and wisdom. The bowl in front of you each morning can either be a gentle medicine or a hidden burden. The choice is not in the oats themselves, but in how you choose, prepare, and share them with your body.